Hello, everybody. We have a special guest tonight. I'm going to bring in Clem real quick so he can introduce himself to you and what show this is.
Hey there, my name's Clem So. You might have seen me on many episodes of Doctor Who, Star Wars, Marvel, James Bond, many other things. And this is the legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
Melanie, you're on mute.
How did I go on mute?
I have no idea how you went on mute, but you're on mute.
What the? Anyway, so let's try that again, shall we?
Yes.
Hello, fellow Whovians. Welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Today, this is Melanie Dean, and we have a special guest for you. We are going to have an interview with somebody who's been on multiple episodes of Doctor Who and has been basically in everything I've ever watched. So, first, let's go ahead and bring in our regulars. Hurry up and do a quick intro there. We'll do our Who Knew News, and we'll get going. Can't do this alone, so first and foremost, here is Paparazzo Dave Chapman.
Hey,
how you doing, Dave?
Hey. I'm first because I came in to say you were on mute.
I know, thank you.
I'm looking at, is she frozen? No, she's on mute. Jump in here.
Which, by the way, because I believe Christian cursed me with don't let the bright weather happen fool you. It is thundering and lightning a little bit, so my internet might go out. So we might be passing the baton a little, and Dave might be picking up some of the slack from here. But
exactly, Christian's having some issues as well. He might pop in from time to time, when his internet allows him to.
Exactly.
He is backstage, and we'll bring him in a moment.
So let's go ahead and just quickly introduce our panel. First up, because I'm just picking willy-nilly, Candyman, Mark.
Hey guys, it's hot.
I sent you some weather.
I know. Don't. It is just absolutely. We're not geared up for this heat. We're in heat wave number 3. We've had 3 heat waves. I think on Friday it got up to 37 degrees. I don't know what that
Yeah.
translates in
I
your
wanna say
money.
it's like the mid-80s here.
Over
Yeah, I
100.
think.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's hot. And we don't get much aircon
Oh,
over in
goodness.
this country. So if you see me melting, you know why.
Oh no, I'm so sorry, Marco. Hopefully hopefully someone from a much better climate can help you. Sean, I don't even know where you're what area you hail from. Can you send him some cold weather?
I'll send you some cold weather. It's it's not bad here. I actually just saw Ellie from Who Culture talking about the heat wave in the UK, and I did not know how bad it actually was. So, Jesus, that's what I'll say to help. But I'm excited for this episode and this interview. But I send my solidarity with Mark because I am so sorry.
Okay, I've just done it in your money. It's 98.6.
Oof.
Ooh, you're having that wonderful Floridian weather, except we have air conditioning here in abundance. I am so sorry. I can send you some ranch dressing if that helps. I can send you
I
some
love
more of
my
that.
ranch. You know, I love my ranch.
Okay, Christian, I see you floating back there. Can we bring you in real quickly, or is he shaking his head no? I can't tell.
I think that was
I'll
a
just
yes.
bring him in.
Yes, he's.
Okay, let's
bring
bring in
him in
Christian
anyway.
Basil.
You could have brought me in during Tekken prep. I was going like, guys, I want to know if you can hear me because this is what I've got to use right now to get on the show.
Works.
Oh, God.
It works.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Perfect.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Good. You mean better than the actual equipment that I have? This is all cell phone. This is all microphone. Everything I'm hearing from you is the cell phone. That's it. And I'm kind of, you know what? I wonder what would happen if I turn my cell phone sideways. I wonder if that will flatten everything out.
This is when the
Yeah,
episode
there we
breaks.
go. Okay, that's better than it was before. There we
Yeah,
go.
let's do Tech Ring Live. I mean, I've fouled it up already.
So
with being on
yeah, Clem, I apologize. We are a professional podcast. So everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. Yes, we do have a special guest, and I apologize. The Wi-Fi in my entire area is gone. So normally I would be on my computer, but my computer has got that rotating circle of death, which has been doing that for the last 5 hours. Thank you, Spectrum. So this is what we've got now. So yeah, that's it. How's your day going?
little by little. Go ahead and do the Who Knew News now. So I believe that's everybody that's going to be interviewing, correct?
I think so. We were going to put Tom in and just put him up in the top corner. Hey, Tom.
Okay.
I was going to interview too.
Hey, Tom.
Even though I
Hi,
haven't
Tom.
produced in over 2
How are you?
months, I forgot.
Okay. Well, the Reverend Omegon Tom is here also to help interview Clem. So now that we've got the most of the deck out here, let's go ahead and do our Who Knew News and bring in Gadget.
I had to go back to the thing there. Let me go to this thing there. Okay.
You're on mute, Gadget.
You're on mute, Gadget. What is with you guys?
How do we have over 120,000 followers?
Because we're not normal.
They're all laughing at us by watching our show.
It's been
It's
2
just a
months.
shake and throw. I have a little bit left in St. Lucy's Grotto. So yeah.
Gravy.
So how much
That
more
is
do we
involved.
need? Because I may have to go get buckets. Speaking of everything and stuff that's been going haywire, I'm not gonna do the birthday first because we're already going haywire. It's already sneaking over to Big Finish, by the way, because if anybody has the Big Finish app, don't fret. Just get a netbook or Chromebook like I do and download your books, because it seems that I thought it was me at first when I tried to load the app and everything, but it's not allowing people to actually get their books downloaded or basically complete their purchases. It's been fouling up, especially on Androids. and everything. So your best bet is to download from the actual site and keep sending them the progress reports. They are sending a patch out. I saw it on their website and everything, but that just tied in perfectly with the glitches that we're having today and stuff and everything. So that we can get this glitch out of the way, let's go to the birthday. It's only one birthday, so it should be our wonderful Cheech Marin. If you know Cheech and Chong, if you grew up in the 70s and everything, and the 80s, you knew them from Born in East LA, Things Are Tough All Over, Up in Smoke. And they even had an animated series, Cheech and Chong's animated in 2013. So yeah, it's pretty cool and fun. And you see Patty and him admiring Little Boy Blue. And hopefully they didn't give him a duchy or anything and stuff. So yeah, let's just make sure that for his next birthday, we make a good care package for him and everything and stuff. But we do have some sad news. As you all well know, if you grew up in the 90s and are a fan of Merlin, which most of us were here and everything, especially when you're of a certain sect of Wiccans and everything, basically Sam Neill passed away. He had just been diagnosed free of blood cancer. He was moving up in the world. He was basically just showing and gracing our screens with everything. Most of you kids remember him as Jurassic Park. Most of you Peaky Blinders, if you're, was his most recent one, as well as many others. And he passed away at the age of 78 years old in Vincent Hospital, Sydney, Darlinghurst, Australia. He did have upcoming movies. Just checking right now to see if they are going to air or not, but they have a to be announced on them right now. And everything, prayers and everything go out to his family, as well as many others that have to deal with cancer. It is not fun. It takes away too many good people and stuff. And let's just get on to like a big happy note right now because of everything. It seems that some Doctor Who fans are trying to pull at strings for things because BBC only released a press release about the fact that they already had their tender in for Doctor Who and everything. It's just that there's no real updates. They are still in production with CB Babies. Thank you, dyslexia. And also the fact that people are grasping at straws. They are trying to get news where there's no news, which is why I think Big Finish also might be having glitches because everyone's running there to go watch during the wilderness shows or listen. That's where I get the synesthesia from, watch and listen. But we do have something cool that happened that recently graced Instagram. The Console Room 1983. If you, I had the link for you guys in there. If you guys want to put it up, it's theconsoleroom.co.uk. They made a replica of the Five Doctors console room. I think Sophie opened up and presented it to everybody. I'm reading it right now. It says, it's the doctor you need. Play the interactive game of Rassilon to unlock the TARDIS and send her back through time and immerse and everything. And it says, welcome to the console room. Join us on Instagram at the console room 1983. It gives a location. It says, experience a fully immersed interactive game that also 100% screen accurate recreation of the iconic scene, science fiction TARDIS control room for the 1983 story, The Five Doctors. It's the only one of its kind in the UK. So that sounds pretty cool and fun to do. But I know most of you came for Circuit Breaker because we all know what happened with Circuit Breaker recently. And I'm a little upset because there are pictures that I gave to Christian that in a certain 2012, I think it was, and everything, I pretended to be the 13th Doctor when there was no 13th Doctor and just grabbed anything like the person would have grabbed out of the TARDIS closet. And I think certain Sonic. And I'm looking at our fugitive Dr. Sonic. And I'm just a little understandable because, where's the camera? It glows red on top. And my friend was going to drill out this blue here for me and everything. And it does have a blue bottom and a clear center that would have moved. We were just working on it, and everything. So I don't know. Because it's a little odd. Maybe I am psychic and gifted. I don't know, but this is very interesting because are you guys showing the pictures of the things? So they are there. and it's pretty cool. I like it. It looks like a regular like screwdriver like my dad had when I was growing up because he's a mechanic and everything. But I like this design. Believe it or not, it's up there with Tenon's. So between Tenon's and this one, I like these two. So if you want to pick it up, I'm hoping that the Who shop carries it or other ones, but it looks easy enough to replicate. But it's just too coincidental that it has a red top like mine would glow red, and the center here would glow, and all this other stuff. I even had the little thing. This was bent the other way, but yeah, and everything. But that's what happens with years of wear and tear and stuff. But basically, that's it. Land and sea is still swimming for a place to land because the sea is drowning them too much and everything. Otherwise, it's been a slow news day. I don't want people to keep reading into things because you can always go to BBC Media, or you can also go to BBC News and look up what is coming out and everything. It's just a rehash right now, guys, because nobody knows where they stand right now. There is a tentative work being in the works, but let them announce it. Don't presume anything because BBC already had their hand in it. And who knows, maybe AMC Plus, Amazon, we don't know. We just got to wait it out, especially with Disney and the contracts for the other series. But without further ado, does anybody else have anything going on or any news to pop in, conventions or stuff?
Just going on what you said about Gadget with Circuit Breaker. I'm not sure if they've released a short intro or anime for it. Like,
you mean the stages that they're going through with Circuit Breaker?
No, it's called Incoming Message.
Oh yeah, those are on if you go to unit page or if you subscribe and everything. Some of us don't have the privilege of subscribing, or like Christian has no internet. You know.
Can you guys explain what Circuit Breaker is for those of us who don't know? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's basically like a web comic series as well as a comic series. I think you can get actual ones because I think Melanie said she was going to order it and test it out and stuff, if I'm correct, because I was interested in it, but the way things are going, it might not work out and everything. But Melanie, you might know more about it.
So, Sean, do you recall when Titan Comics and quite a few other, like Big Finish, a few other things, they kind of did what Marvel's done with crossovers? They did that with Time Lord Victorious.
Yes.
They did one, I believe, was the Valeyard. So they're the process of doing another one, and it's called Circuit Breaker. Except this one features the Fugitive Doctor, or Dr. Ruth, the Ruth Doctor.
Okay.
And it has a map each day. They release something else for you to interact with.
It's an event story, kind of like Time Link. Yes, okay. I
got to link a few news stories ago and everything for you guys to follow because we were gonna every time it released we were gonna talk about it and everything. But she beat us to the punch with the Sonic, and I'm just like, I like that Sonic. Besides Tenons, I like that Sonic. So I'm hoping it does get released and everything. Otherwise, it might be the easiest one to make out of all the Sonics. So, anybody else got anything? Cool. Because otherwise, it is a slow news day, and everyone else is just on their own little adventures in time and space right now. So, without further ado, if we would like to introduce Clem, or are we doing commercials first?
I think we should go ahead and just start with our interview. Let's go ahead and bring in our guest, wrap up Who Knew News.
Okay.
Wrap it up.
On board. So here he is.
Yep.
Hi, Clem.
Hey, I saw that video for the console room today, actually, on Instagram. I was really impressed by it. Really looked the real deal. I really want to go there. I think it's quite a few hundred miles from me, but if I do a convention up that way, I definitely will pop in and have a look.
Do you know whereabouts it is, Clem?
It's near Peterborough.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, it's kind of west.
They gave the map location on the website. Yeah. That's why I was telling them to post the website right now.
Yeah, it's not far from Peterborough. That I was thinking.
Okay.
Oh no, Lincolnshire. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nearer Lincoln.
Okay, so I'm a miles from me.
Mark, you gonna go?
I may do. It's about three hours to get to Lincoln from me.
A 3-hour drive.
Well, 3 hours for me being an American is like, that's nothing. But I know for the Brits, that's a weekend trip. That's, you need to plot the course and where you're going to stay over, where we're going to have lunch.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah, it takes 2 hours to get to the mall by me from where I live if I take the bus.
For real, yeah.
So for our audience, Clem So is an amazing actor, and you've seen him, and I'm telling you everything. If you've ever wanted to play, honestly, like a Where's Waldo kind of fun game, this man,
take the drink as well.
we'd be smashed. I mean, when I was going through, honestly, I was going through your IMDb, and when Christian said, this gentleman wants, he's open for an interview. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. I see your photo and go, I know him. To me, you're instantly recognizable. But I'm like, but where have I seen you? Oh, the answer is everything. Every Marvel film ever, like, was it Doctor Strange? You were even the Morbius. I think you were just in, so maybe not Marvel adjacent.
Yeah.
You're also in the Muppets Most Wanted and Pikachu, Detective Pikachu.
Oh wow!
That was
Yeah.
Andor. You were.
I did an episode of Andor. Yes.
I mean, everything from Star
Wars, James Bond, but lots of Doctor Who as well.
Lots of Doctor Who.
Discovery of Witches. I love that. That was one of my favorites. The Discovery of Witches. Fantastic Beasts. The Crimes of Grindelwald. That was good.
You got a sort of Harry Potter thing going on behind your background, haven't you, Gadget? Is that
kinda?
With the library on the other side.
Mm-hmm. I've got my books that I Copley in Newcastle when I went to England, and I went through Newcastle, Cardiff, and all the other places, and that's my game book for kids with dyslexia and autism.
Oh wow!
Mm-hmm. And I just love griffins, so that's why I was like, I have that on that book there. But yeah, of magic descent.
So Clem, as I see that there's a lot of Doctor Who, are you a fan of
Am I a
Doctor
fan?
Who?
I am a fan of Doctor Who. I am a fan. I don't think I could like name episodes or years of this episode and what happened in this. But I watched Doctor Who when I was a kid. I particularly remember John Pertwee and Tom Baker watching that show. That was probably my prime childhood. And then maybe kind of like during sort of Peter Davison's run, I was kind of slightly losing interest, I think. Not because of Peter Davison, but because obviously as you grow older, you get distracted by other things. I think that was probably the case.
That's great. Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, I think Tom Baker. I mean, I guess because he did 7 seasons, I guess it's ingrained in me. His as the Doctor. I always think of him as the Doctor. So I guess that answers the question.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's an answer for a lot of people too. Tom Baker is iconic.
Yeah.
For a generation. Over here on this side of the pond, he is most people's first Doctor of a certain age.
Is that anything to do with the broadcasting?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It was public broadcasting put out a lot of Doctor Who, but it was mostly Tom Baker.
Oh, cool.
And he'd regenerate into a blonde and come back next week as himself.
Right. There was a video released by Honest Trailers where they went through all the classic Doctors, and when they got to the title that they were going to coin for the 4th Doctor, it was this is what most Americans think all of classic Who is Doctor, and like that's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was it watching Doctor Who or any shows that got you into acting or anything? Because I used to do extra work as well here in New York.
Yeah, no, it was just because at the time I was training to be an artist, a fine artist, and I'd put on a few shows. And my brother was in the film industry. He was a background artist, but also he did get a featured role in Casino Royale, and he, I just needed to earn some extra money basically, and he just said, look, you got a very similar look. Why don't you try joining a few agencies? And and I think one of the first film I worked on was 47 Ronin, which was a Keanu Reeves film, and
Nice.
then followed by I think Angels Take Manhattan. Actually, was one of the first TV shows I worked on, and it was It was probably the last show that they filmed at the old BBC studio. I forgot where it is in Wales before they moved to Cardiff. Because then I worked on Pond Life like 3 or 4 months after, and that was at Rowflock, Cardiff.
And then your daughter, Miracle, she follows in your footsteps, I see.
Well, yeah. I don't know if she follows in my footsteps. I think she follows in her own footsteps. I mean, I think she's always been a performer. She's, in musical theatre and acting, and I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm a dad, so maybe. I mean, I don't want to take any credit for what she's doing, because I feel like what she's doing is massive. I mean, she's
National theater, everything. Yeah.
She's been in the West End, and she's been a lead in Heathers in the West End. So she's pretty up there. So I don't want to take any of her credit.
I think it's more I feel like you're a positive parent. That's probably why she went the route she did, because she had the courage to take a chance.
Yeah.
And look at this.
She's quite a ballsy kid, to be honest. She is. She has it, and she has that in spades. Yeah.
And like I said, congratulations on their wedding. And I only know it's a little baby, but I don't know how old the baby is and everything.
Baby?
I heard there might be a baby, or maybe not yet.
No, oh my God.
Okay, so my source, I got to ask them about that and everything.
Gosh, no,
but I want to say congratulations on her wedding and everything.
Thank you. It was great. Yeah.
So
I wanted to.
Clem, I was going to ask you, how did you go from like 47 Ronin into Doctor Who?
Well, just the agent, just down to the agent. So the Southwest, there's an agent in. Can I mention the agent? Is Phoenix Casting. Yeah, they do a lot of TV shows in the Southwest and including obviously Wales, and so I did a lot. It wasn't just Doctor Who I was doing other shows as well, like Casualty, and there was some comedy called Trolleyed. There was lots of little TV shows, and they always needed background actors for those things. And if you fit the casting, then in most cases they'd just call you in and book you straight away. And that's how it was with Doctor Who. They would just book you in, and so the first one I did was Angels Take Manhattan, and it was a little scene where it was 221 BC or something like that. It was something ridiculous, and then Matt Smith and Karen Gillan come in, and Matt gets his magic paper out, and he talks to the foreman about painting Yowza on the pot, and I was the pottery painter, and they did it really. The director, he asked me, he said, "You wouldn't happen to be able to paint or anything like that, would you?" I thought, well, actually, funny enough, I can. He just wanted me to hold the brush, look like I knew what I was doing with the paintbrush. So, and they, really featured shot of me. That the start of that shot was me painting the pot. So, yeah, that was my first introduction to Doctor Who.
Clearly, they liked you.
Sorry?
Clearly, they liked you.
Oh, yeah.
You became principal extra then on their sets and everything then.
Well, yeah, I don't know principal, but I think the crowd second AD who books the background artist, he seemed to like me. I mean, he seemed to want to use me a lot in Doctor Who. I mean, even when I was in Oxygen, which was episode 5 of season 10, I ended up in episode 6 as a different character. So I was like, that's just mad.
Yeah,
you know.
11 episodes you've been in.
Yeah.
They love you. That's why I was.
They
hoping-
kept you around. That's actually what Mark asked was actually what I was going to ask you, but I was curious about something else. I mean, I was doing a little bit of research, and I saw an article just about how many things like you've been in. And I was just like, wow. But I mean, I think like for those of us who haven't been in any productions like this, I'm always curious about like the set, sort of the vibe on set, right? Because when you have your show, I mean, you've got your crew, right? You've got your director, you got your actors, you know, various other people. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on the field or anything, but you've got a lot of people there. I was going to ask you, like, so you've been on set with a lot of people I frankly would love to talk to as well. But to what extent, when you're on set, like how much do all these groups of people talk to each other? Like, depending on how briefly or how long you're on there, like how many people and who would you say that you talk to when you're doing, I mean, any of these properties really, but how does that work?
Okay, so first of all, I mean, as a background artist, I mean, there is the hierarchy or a chain of command. I think that is, you know, and the more you adhere to the chain of command, the more you're going to get along fine with production, and they'll probably use you again. And one of them is that you don't talk to the principal actors, but they can talk to you. If they come to you and talk to you, that's one thing, but it can't be the other way around, because there's so much pressure on them to, you know, they're carrying the show. They've got so many lines to learn, and they might be in the zone of their performance, and you really don't want to be like disturbing them. And, you know, if you're interfering with them, you're basically stopping the show
Right.
from running as it should do. So mostly as a background artist, the third AD would talk to me, and the third AD would maybe have 2 or 3 runners, depending on the size of the production, and they would direct the background scene, and they would have nothing to do with, and so they'll get their commands from the first AD, who gets his commands from the director. So it's a very tightly run ship, and very much like how you guys are talking about who's doing what on this show. It's the same thing. Everybody knows what their job is, and as long as you know what your job is and you're not doing anything other than that, it's great, and you'll get on fine. And you know.
Oh, Clem, you are giving us too much credit right now.
Did you hear that?
Too much credit.
Did you hear that, guys? Clem said that we were as well run as the Doctor Who set and Star Wars.
I can sympathize with Clem being when I was doing extra work here in New York City for Law and Order, everything and stuff. I know what he's talking about. Like, unless the actors talk to you, like I had David Duchovny looking at me like, you better smile. Like, I was sitting 3 rows. I was in Trust the Man and everything, and he's looking at me. And you got Gyllenhaal over here and all the other stuff, and he's looking at me. He's like, and when I was like, he goes, talk to me, like, because we were told don't talk to the principals, don't do anything, just sit, you know. So I know, Clem, what you meant, like with that and everything, because it's sad because you see them right there and you're like, oh, I just want to talk to them, but nope, stay sitting, stay still.
So Clem, you're saying that if you know, I should not get a pen and pad of paper and take off running and go, oh my God, it's Diego Luna. Can I have your autograph? That's what you're saying. You're saying I shouldn't do that?
No.
That's how you get kicked off set.
You very likely would get kicked off set, or you'd get reprimanded for sure. Yeah.
It's very interesting because on Andor, like the name Clem like plays a big role in that show, right? So, were you kind of sitting there going,
Yeah, I had people messaging me thinking that somehow I had something to do with it. I thought that's crazy. That was actually, I thought, why would you even think that? You know, like I've got some special, you know, powers or something to influence Andor, and I just thought it was a weird coincidence, and it's kind of sucks really, actually, because now if I if I Google Clem or Clem So
Oh,
it
yeah,
gets all
yeah, yeah.
confused because it'll go for the character Clem.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's not great.
Clem, you know what you should do? You should just lie. You should be like, yes, I
Yes, it was
absolutely
me.
influenced them. I talked to them, and that's the only reason why that name is in the show. You should lie.
Clem, you know the golden rule. You never Google yourself for any reason whatsoever because everybody gets disappointed. Apparently, if you
I
Google
always
my name,
Google myself. I'm totally Googling myself.
no,
Why didn't
I did it once. I made the mistake. I Googled myself, and apparently, I'm also a church in Switzerland, and I actually have
Nice.
5 other Christian Basils throughout
okay.
everywhere. So,
So,
by the way, I just wanted to say hi, Clem. And
Okay,
thank
yeah.
you, Spectrum, for getting us back up on the running to the show. Thank you.
Yay.
Appreciate it. Don't know what I pay for every month, but here we are. And it's working. Thank you for her. So yeah, I finally got it on it here. I was trying to do it on my cell phone. It was just every time, Melanie, every time I hit the back button, it kept kicking me out. I'm like, how do I navigate? Because I only got 3 buttons here.
Well, that was just me because I was just like, no, let me do this. I want to do this. I wanted my chance in the spotlight.
I actually, yeah. Well, you got
But
it.
That's me in the corner.
Back to it. But I do have a question for Clem, and that would be when you made the jump. What was it like when you made the jump to becoming a monster actor? Because instead of just going to costuming and getting decked out and going, okay, here's my marching orders. Now you've got makeup, prosthetics, all that fun stuff. So what was that like?
So when I was asked to work on Deep Breath, that was as one of the Clockwork droids, and so that was my first introduction into performing as a monster, which actually technically, I mean, they still class you as a supporting artist, but you are also, you're a creature as well. I mean, these days, actually, I've noticed on Doctor Who they actually credit the guys that work as creatures. So obviously that was before my time, but I mean, I would have been credited for that if it was now. But yeah, I just think because it wasn't like in a suit, it wasn't like they wanted to see your face. So I guess they wanted different people for the Clockwork droids. So it didn't really matter about your height or anything, but we all came in and we had to, we did a workshop with Elsa Burke, who kind of put us through different types of droid walking, just to perfect the Clockwork droids walk, which and there were certain they had certain moves with the blade. The way they moved the blade in a diagonal way, it was a certain pattern they did. So yeah, they just wanted to make sure that we were really proficient at doing that. And then I think maybe it was only 6 of us in the control room. The half-faced man's underground control room underneath the restaurant. So I knew there was pretty. I thought, well, it probably was going to be a good chance to be seen in that. And there was also we had a battle scene in there as well. So yeah, there was a lot to it was quite a great. I mean, it was a very exciting experience to just be part of that. And you know what? Actually, there was a point where I actually thought I was going to be the unlucky one because they had all these alcoves where they put their Clockwork droids in, and I think I said there was like 6 of us, and then they put 5 of the Clockwork droids in these alcoves, whatever they were. They're like where they stand in there, and because the set didn't go 360, so I was the odd one out basically. They didn't use me for ages, and I was sitting on a bench outside while they were filming, thinking. I honestly literally thought I'm not going to be in the scene at all. And that does happen. Sometimes that does happen where you're just unlucky and you don't get picked. And I think it was only because I think one of the guys was a soldier, and he was wearing a bright red jacket, and I think it was just too distracting. And I know that from experience that basically in film they don't really like red. Red really is a very distracting color in film and TV. So he basically got swapped out. I swapped with his position, and then it was only because Ben Wheatley, the director, for one of the scenes, he wanted us to show us with the blade coming out of the wrist, and the prop guy thought that my costume would be ideal for that because it had these very long sleeves, and the blade actually you have to. It's not technical. It doesn't have a spring in it. You basically have to flip it up, and that's it. It's really basic stuff. So basically, they made me. We broke for lunch, but basically the director pointed at me and he said, "This guy is the most important guy on set after lunch." And I was like, "Ooh," I was like, "I can't believe it." This is like, and I was like, "Oh," I was a little bit nervous because I think, "Oh my God, what does he want me to do?" And so I belted down my lunch, and then I was literally first on set because I was quite excited and kind of nervous at the same time. So they just wanted a scene where I was coming out of the alcove, and you see it's definitely it's the first scene. It's one of the scenes they use when we're attacking the Doctor, and when he says action, and I flip up the blade, and it gets caught in the sleeve, and I thought, oh no, it's just like that's so embarrassing. It's like, but fortunately, second time round, I managed to do it. So, and that's the shot they used. For that, yeah. And then after that, he kept using me. Because then he used me for the scene with Clara, where Clara's kind of like hiding next to me, and I kind of come creeping out, and I look at her, and there's a bit of tension, and she's got it's that scene where she's thinking she can't breathe, she's not allowed to breathe, and and I come out. Well, that was great, and so I was featured quite a lot in that scene.
Did you intentionally choose a bunch of episodes that are like nightmare fuel in Doctor Who? I just realized that. Like, you've been in a lot of like really creepy episodes.
I don't know. Maybe I was just born with a creepy face. I don't know.
No.
So I'll tell you what. In Deep Breath, I went to see the premiere at the cinema. It was actually shown in the theaters. I think it was shown for a week or something. And so I was there first day because I was very excited to see that on the big screen. And there's a dad and a little boy sitting next to me, and I'm sure when that came on with the scene with me sort of like walking out the alcove with Clara, I'm pretty sure that kid kind of looked at me. I must have freaked him out because he was kind of looking at the screen and then he was looking at me because
he's like, "Am I in the episode right now?"
Yeah, I think I freaked him out a little bit because I was sitting right there. Yeah.
Well, hey guys, we're on a hard break. John, sorry. Let's keep it a break. After the break, we're on a hard break right now. We return. Clem, we're going to get more information. We're going to be Melanie's got a question for you about oxygen, and my screen has completely frozen at this time, so this could not be a better world.
You're good.
So just we're going to go to commercial break. When we return, we're going to Clem, were you able to do our intro by any chance, or did that?
I think I did do.
I know that you were having.
Yep.
Can I always do another one?
The intro. Okay, cool.
Yes.
That's fine. All right. You know what? When we get back, the last thing we have is a coffee commercial. Once we get after that, Clem, I'm going to put it right back on you, and you just say, "Hi, this is Clem So, and this is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS," and we'll get a good one on that one. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and take it away with our commercials. By the way, Clem, we're the only Doctor Who podcast that is sponsored by barbecue sauce and coffee.
Okay.
Push
coffee.
Go for it, Tom. Push a button.
I didn't listen to that voicemail. I'll tear open that letter you sent. Don't you tell your friends I want you back. I gotta leave you now unread, because you've already said those words that switch my heart to dead from loving you. So you'll stay ghosted and I'll stay focused. I'll sew in close. The spell stays unspoken, a dark silhouette of a marked man, and I'm broken. Right down, I didn't listen to that voicemail, a tick-tock, that story you sent. Don't you reel me in to get me back. I'm gonna leave you now.
Are you tired of toxic fandoms? Do you wish we could go back to being happy? So do we. We created the Happiness Patrol to get away from all of the toxicity in fandoms, in life, and so we decided we wanted to do a show about something that makes us happy. And in our second season, that's movies that make us happy. So join myself, Cameron, Scott, Jessica, and Melanie on Happiness Patrol at youtube.com/@happinesspatrolshow.
I'm author Mark Muncy,
And I'm author Erica Lance.
and this is Eerie Travels.
Greetings, travelers. Join us as we travel through folklore, myths, monsters, legends, and dark history.
Now, we'll be your guide to the spooky side of reality as we discuss cryptids, paranormal, and all things preternatural.
Sometimes we find the truth is way scarier than fiction.
We're on twice a week on your favorite podcast platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and YouTube.
We have amazing guests from all of the areas of the strange and unusual, including witnesses, investigators, and more.
Now, with Erica's curiosity and ridiculous array of pop culture and true crime knowledge.
And Mark's decades of experience diving into folklore and the legends with the truth that's behind them.
Yeah, so join us, travelers, as we take you to the edge of reality, and we'll see you on the other side.
So what's your favorite Western? Is it this one or maybe one of these? Is it a revisionist Western, an anti-Western, or maybe it's an all-time classic? Whether your favorite Western is in black and white, vibrant Technicolor, a spaghetti Western, a neo-Western, a comedy, or maybe it's only really Western in spirit. Whatever it is, this is the podcast dedicated to determining the top 100 Westerns of all time. Every second Monday on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. It's Horses on Film.
What the heck is going on here?
Lord help us.
It should be on. What's it?
We're a professional outfit.
Solo.
Hi, my name's Clem So, and this is the legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
Yeah, give it applause. Give it applause, Tom. I got that.
Yay!
There's applause.
The other applause.
Oh, that was just me clapping.
Or is that going to block? Is that locking up anything? There we go. Thank you. That's
You
right.
were off, but Clem was on point.
Clem was
Yes.
on point. He was on point. See, that's a great actor.
Yeah.
That is a great
He
actor.
could do cold reads. He can do all that stuff. Us, on the other
Exactly.
hand, nope.
But yeah, I'm bringing this back. It was so nice. It was so nice, Melanie. I brought it twice. This is a Bob's banana cream pie, and again, we at our conventions that we go to, which will be, and we'll be announcing them at the end of the show out there. We'll be selling not only the Kitchen Killer barbecue sauce as you saw the before, but we will be selling Coffee Shop of Horrors. Now, Clem, if you never heard of these guys, they were the big kahunas when it came to conventions. They have all these different flavors that has to do with some kind of horror feature, and this is I Want to Believe exactly. So, but this is some good stuff out here, and yep, I got to do. Sorry, Dave, I got to do the traditional smelling. Yeah, we go.
Always amazing. They fueled so much of this. They fueled conventions in the state of Florida. Honestly, everything from small ones all the way up to MobileCon. You knew where if they were there, you're going to buy coffee, and that they would have free samples, and they would always help out the vendors and the guests. So, and if you love flavored coffee, Little Shop of Horrors, Coffee Shop of Horrors. My brain's not
Take it
working
away,
out.
Melanie. This is your show. I'm still trying to get in the first 15 minutes. I got.
Lord help. Anyway, welcome back, fellow Whovians, to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. I am kind of hosting-ish, asterisk, along with everybody else here, in our wonderful interview with Clem So, which you have seen him in everything. Everything. Deadpool, like we mentioned before, Andor, but most specifically because of the show that we have, Doctor Who. So, Clem, before the commercial break, you had mentioned, the jumping into a little bit of the monster, actor kind of fun. I'd like to know more about my favorite episode that you were in, Oxygen. And did you have any keepsakes or fun stories behind that one?
I do. Well, first of all, just to mention that when I went to America, when you have coffee in a diner in America, and you have creamer, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like milk. It's always like weird sort of sweet,
half and half,
vanilla or something else, and I'm like, where's the just like straight milk, for Christ's sake? It's like so frustrating that you don't have proper milk. You just got these creamers, and it's like weird.
I'm gonna take my cue from what was it, Lewis Black? It goes, don't do that to my milk. And the milk's in the back, and he's going like it's looking at my milk and making it feel bad about itself. So yeah,
Right.
all the creamers, it's just like if this was like the whole creamer, like the section of milk and dairy, I would say all this right here is the creamer section, and like maybe this is milk and then buttermilk and then everything else miscellaneous wise. But yeah, creamer takes up like almost 3/4 of the damn dairy section out there. By the way, thank you, Spectrum. I'm back.
Simple solution.
Back to story time.
Simple solution. Drink your coffee black. Now story time.
Okay, so so Oxygen were obviously, I think they called me back for Oxygen, I think because I had done Deep Breath, so now I had a little bit of experience, and it was a similar thing with a little bit of prosthetic scarring and a bit of paintwork. So it was like you could still see the face. So it wasn't like a full suit thing. So, and once again, we had to do walks training with Elsa Burke, and we had various lines that we had to walk in, and it was there I am there. Look at me there, trying to kill Bill. I'm the Kill Bill zombie.
I'm sorry. Somebody let one out for Bill. Like, oh my god. Poor girl.
That's
Sorry.
the one.
Go ahead, Clem. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, but that scene, right? That was the very first scene. The scene with Bill doing that was the very first scene that we did, and actually, they had a more experienced creature performers that were meant to lead the line But because of the way how long it took us, because they didn't have enough suits, they basically only had 12 suits, and we had to share suits with other people. So like somebody would do like a morning shoot, and then we would come in, and then they would spray the suit, and then we'd have to get in those suits. And there was a lot of pressure and time. Yeah, in TV, there's less time to work. It's a more pressured environment because they've only got a certain amount of things that they have to scenes that they have to cover in a day, and they really wanted to get this scene done quickly. So I was one of the first guys on set that day, and the first AD was the same first AD who was on Deep Breath. So obviously he remembered that I performed very well on that, and I was featured on that. And he just went, "Oh, Clem, come here, right?" And so he said, "Let's walk you through what you're going to do." And then I ended up having to lead the line, where I think there was like 6 of us. So basically, if I went too slow, that everybody would just like bunch up. So I had to keep the pacing for everybody else. But also at that point, we weren't allowed. We were supposed to have our eyes closed, so we had to walk with our eyes partially closed, and then I had to hit Bill's shoulder at a very particular point. So I had to get my timing right, and it was quite a pressured experience. But I mean, I managed to. I mean, if you watch that back, it was pretty bad actually. I mean, we were shuffling along very slowly while she was talking. Yeah, so just to put that content in. So when you see that scene, it was a real challenge because we literally couldn't. I had to walk round the corner and you couldn't see anything, and I literally had to touch your shoulder and then move right to camera. So it was so challenging, but I'm really proud of that moment because actually I hit her at exactly at the point she, when she said the lines that she was meant to say. So yeah, that was kind of I felt like I was being thrown in the deep end there for that. But yeah, I so love those suits. Those suits are just it's one of my favorite costumes actually. Which brings me to why I wanted to talk about it was because I don't know if you know a friend of mine, Mickey Lewis, who was Cyberman and a Dalek, and last year he was talking about Prop Store was selling a lot of items from the show, and he wanted to buy his Cybermaster suit, and he did a post about it, and So I clicked on the link and I thought, let's see what they've got for sale. And then I came across this lot where there were 3 oxygen suits. I thought, oh, how cool is that? Would that be to own one of those suits? And then I was looking at all the photos, and then I pulled up the photo that I had of me on set, and I compared the marks, and I realized that one of the suits was actually my suit.
Oh, wow.
Wearing. So I think you got a photo of it, haven't you? I sent you a photo of comparing the suits. And it had the same marks on it. And I thought, gosh, so I knew it was going to fit me, for starters. And then I thought, I've got to have that suit. And so I bid on a suit, but then somebody kept outbidding me. And then I eventually lost because I thought, well, I'm not going to go crazy on this. Mm-hmm. And then I sent a message to Mickey saying, I was bidding on the oxygen suits. And he said, oh, you maybe need to talk to Tim Raid. I think that's his name, Tim Raid. And because he works on oxygen as well. And I contacted him. He said, yeah, he won the suits. He won all the 3 suits. And he said, I explained it was my suit, and he said, he'd be very happy to sell it to me for the exact, not for profit or anything, but for the exact amount it would be to divide in 3, so that I paid only for a third of the auction. So yeah, I managed to get the suit of Tim. and then I put it on, and it fit really well.
Oh,
So which I was really happy
great.
about.
now,
But
did he clean the seat, or I mean, did he clean the suit, or is that what was your reaction when you got the suit?
no, that wasn't my reaction. No, I well, it would only been, yeah. I mean, it'd been probably sitting in the cupboard for, well, that show that episode was like 2012 or 13 or something. So it was quite a while back. Yeah. So one of the things I wanted to say was actually because in that auction in Prop Store, which was not this year but last year, in one of the other auctions, there was a lot of various items from the show, and one of the in a bag was a pair of gloves and the oxygen wrist meter, and it said and it had a paper in there that said a suit 11, and it attributed the suit to Peter Caulfield, who played the blue alien guy. But actually, my suit was number 11. So that extra glove and that wrist thing was actually from my suit. So I just wanted to say on the show, if there's any Doctor Who collectors of props there who might have happened to have won that lot, I would really love to have that pair of gloves and that oxygen wrist prop, because yeah, that would be nice to reunite those things if he's listening, whoever bought that lot.
So this is an open call to all you Whovians. If you happen to have purchased that lot from Prop Store, we may be able to help you get in contact with Clem, and perhaps a transaction can happen so that it can go back home to its, I almost say not rightful owner, but at least it could be reunited with its suit, which would be kind of cool. So if you're the one, let us know.
Mark, I meant we have garage sales. You have car boot sales. Is that correct? Is that
Yes, we do.
Yeah, okay.
We do. They're pretty much the same thing, I think. But I think you guys do it on a different level. I always think of everything in America is much more bigger. Like your conventions are bigger. I mean, they're like huge, and yeah. I mean, and I love because I collect Mego. I don't know if any of you guys. I did mention this to Christian on the phone. I collect Mego dolls. Do you know anybody of you know what those are?
Oh yes.
So, but they're kind of more of an American thing. So yeah. So I kind of envy it whenever I see an auction in America, and I say, "Oh, I'd really like to get that," but then I have to factor in the shipping and everything. It's
right.
Well, Clem, you now got contacts in the US, so you
exactly.
Exactly. I get my ranch from someone.
You get your stuff from what?
I get my ranch stuff from Melanie.
Tom, bring it back to me for a second. Bring it back to me. All right. If you're running a convention, just in case for those of you running who are following us and watching us, if you're running a convention, MegaCon, Space Coast Comic Con, what is it, Tampa Bay Comic Con? What else am I missing? Dave, give me some.
Central Florida Comic Con.
Central Florida Comic Con.
Ancient City Comic Con.
Right.
SuperCon. Do you want me to keep going?
No, it's fine. This guy has done everything. Don't pass up Clem. Bring him on. His name is Clem, so bring him to your area, and he's worthy because he's done everything.
Do it.
Okay, I'm done. I don't know if I'm paying attention, but
funny enough, one of the MegaCon chairs had put out a thing to us vendors asking, hey, anybody got any recommendations for guests that they would want for MegaCon? So, guess what I'm doing right now.
We got your back, Clem. We got your back, Clem.
We got your back.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I've been to. I did a couple of Chicago TARDISes, and I've done a Gallifrey one as well, and I did a ICC con, which is Star Wars con in Nashville. A couple of Star Wars cons, and but it would be nice to just do one that is everything, because I kind of think that kind of reflects more on my kind of CV and what I've done. And I think I'd have a lot of interesting things to bring to a show and a different perspective, because I am a background artist. So I do bring a different perspective on things. You know, it's amazing actually at conventions in the UK where, you know, we have a lot of family conventions, and it's just so exciting to see, you know, the parents who are the real geeks, and then they're trying to teach the younger kids to be their geeks as well. And it's great seeing how their little faces when you kind of realize that you're actually in the movie or in the TV show, and they can't quite believe that that's how that is, because it's, I guess when you're young you just accept that that's what it is, but you don't realize that people have to make those things. Somebody has to make that show, and so it's quite exciting just to kind of like bring that perspective to, you know, and then of course the parents have great joy in seeing their kids being so excited by those things. So I get so much pleasure out of doing conventions, just to see that joy that you know you can bring to somebody just because you happen to be in a show they love or whatever. It's really quite nourishing.
Well, Clem, since you're talking about conventions, I met you last year at a convention.
All right, which one not?
This is one of my favourite ones, and ones I normally do every year. I try to. I'm not sure. Tom, can you play that YouTube link for it and see if Clem recognises it? This one is so good because it's not a business sort of event; it's for charity. Everything, all the money.
It's at the bottom. I can click it if you want.
All the money they raise, so don't have merchandise, so don't sell stuff, but every money they go to races goes to two charities. And I think you're doing it this year as well, Clem.
Click it, Christian. I don't see it in the private chat.
No worries. I got.
Oh, I think it's a picture. Oh, just a picture.
No.
Yeah, it was at the very bottom. Sorry, because we were gonna announce that, but Mark's gonna explain it because I have no idea what's going on.
Okay. I've got the link here. See if I can put in it, because you actually appear in this video as well. Believe it or not,
I'm not in this one. I'm not going to. I'm not.
No, you're talking. That's a different one. That's the another
one.
I
was going to say.
We'll talk to this one later, but I'm talking about the other one.
All right. Man.
If you remove that one, put the other one on.
Yeah.
I see. You the barcode?
No, not that one.
No, that's my
in the private chat. Private chat. Link in the private chat.
We're professional.
I'm setting up right now.
But yeah, you met me.
So
I was in cosplay, Clem. I was in cosplay as a Time Lord.
Ooh.
See if you recognise this.
Oh, I knew you were going to say this.
So this is a charity event based in Colchester, and they convert the whole town into a Comic Con, and they do everything. They do everything.
Can we mute the audio? I just don't want to get. Thank you. I don't want to get zapped by. Thank you. Yeah, I don't want to get zapped.
They have Ghostbusters. They have Star Wars, Scooby Doo, Doctor Who. And literally, they do it for one day every year to raise charity for two hospice, St. Helens, and the other one in Ipswich. And literally, how many times have you done Cultural Invasion, Clem? Now, is it
I imagine about 6 times. I literally have done it for the last 6 years, or It's just been it's great fun. Just the whole town just comes out, and it's just such a great event. It's one of my favorite events, actually, and it's a long way for me to go, but it's just so. I do always look forward to it every year, and Kerry, who runs it, just always first thing she does is invite me back. You know, she's always happy to have me. So
Kerry's a lovely person. She's absolutely amazing. If you can move a little bit forward, you actually will see him. Could we actually? I think now.
There we go. Yeah.
That's
I know that guy.
Yeah. So if you're in Colchester in Essex, I think it's the 6th this year of September.
Well, no, 2025 is the 6th of September, so it must be
Is the 5th, Ed?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely going now. I'll be
Yep.
there.
Yeah,
In
I
my
came up.
usual spot.
I came up to you dressed in a red Time Lord Gallifreyan outfit.
Oh, okay.
Last
Cool.
year by the TARDIS, because you was literally where you're sitting. The TARDIS was literally almost adjacent to you.
Yeah. Well, I'm opposite the hot dog stand.
Yeah.
Which is I recommend if you go to Colchester. They do some great hot dogs there. Yeah.
I think
So,
they should
yeah.
have you. I think they should have you at more cons too. I mean, because, I mean, I think like the perspective you're bringing as well. Like you have a lot of, like when you're on set, like you're getting to see like and experience and be a part of like a bit of everything. Like you're even like the main cast, they're probably not seeing all the things that you're seeing.
Yeah.
But you're seeing them, right? So
Yeah.
it's like you do have a different. Like they should absolutely. I mean, and stories you've been telling are like, I don't know. Like I didn't really want to say anything because I was just like, oh, like, I love the episode Oxygen, and I just kind of wanted to listen because I'm like, I never thought about a lot of that, like them reusing the suits and stuff like that. Like that's really cool.
Sean, you'd be surprised what extras go through.
All right,
So-
Clem, I got a question for you. Since we're talking about conventions and we're talking about we're talking about moments, what is your favorite convention moment?
Favorite convention moment?
Yeah, what was the moment that you're
Oh,
like, oh
gosh.
wow, this is
That's a great question.
I know you have a lot of them, but what's the one that sticks out to your mind the most?
Just like I said to you, those interactions with those young people. Honestly, and I'm being honest when I say this. I'm literally I'm nobody. I'm not like a mega famous person or anything like
Horse
that.
hockey.
I just work. Happen to work in TV shows and films, but just having that, seeing that joy with the kids. The kids, and and sometimes because I've been doing conventions now for about 10 years. The parents, they bring them along, and then they might take a selfie with me, and then 6 or 7 years later, this mother with a huge kid might walk up to me and go, do you remember this guy? And they show me the photo and they go, oh my God, So it's like, I'm part of their memories. And that's kind of like, when I think about that, I think, oh my God, that's like so weird that's kind of like, and they've got, they might have my autograph on the wall and I should think that's just such a humbling experience. And I just feel so privileged and honored that anybody'd want that, on the wall, and very grateful at the same time.
Clint, I'm just going to ask you a question. When you done Cultural Invasion and compare it, because that's a completely different style convention to the normal UK conventions, how do you feel? Do you feel it's different because it's charity, or do you feel it's just a normal one, or is it any different from UK to US?
Well, Invasion Cultures is, I think it's starting to be more of a trend now, but I think definitely Invasion Culture was one of the pioneers of bringing a Comic-Con show to the street, basically. And now I'm seeing more and more of that, where people are opening up in shopping malls and just bringing that experience right out to the public. So the public, basically, they don't have to pay to come into a show. So, that's giving them instant, there's no obstacle to them having that experience with a Comic-Con, what that brings, because it's right there in their hometown and in their street. I think it's very special. It's quite magical. But I mean, I don't know. I think the American shows I've been to have got their own thing, and they're very, like I say, they're always done on such a huge level. Everything is so much, it's like 10 times bigger than anything that I might have experienced. And I think the fans are more dedicated in that they know what they want. When they come to a show, they know exactly what they want, and certainly, their passion is and their knowledge is just like so impressive. And I mean, even somebody brought me a lovely drawing of me that he brought to Chicago TARDIS, just for me to sign. But I was just so humbled by this, like, somebody drawing you, and it's like, what? And you want me to sign that? And yeah, and it's just it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling.
I have one question, if I may.
Yeah, Tom.
As I spoke with you, I'm with the WHOniverse, with Masters of the Universe. Since you were in the movie, you were the royal advisor, as I saw, and dealing with such a massive cast of main actors. Were you able to speak to any of them, or?
So yeah, so as I was saying earlier, Tom, about the hierarchy and understanding. You don't talk to the cast members unless they come and talk to you. I mean, I had a few, hello nods to Idris, and I did. I was so tempted to say to Idris actually, because I did work on an episode of Luther in London where it was set in a pub. It's really bizarre, and there was only like 6 or 7 of us in that pub with Idris, and yeah, and so I almost wanted to say, you know what, you wouldn't remember me, but I worked on that scene. But then I reined myself in, because obviously, that's you have to be professional, and so nodding and saying hello is one thing, but yeah, you don't want to hassle them, and he had all this heavy gear on, and he probably needed to get as much rest as he could between takes. So yeah, I didn't talk to him.
Only because you're in everything. It's like they would recognize you. It's like, oh yes, you've been with Luther, Doctor Who, and Star Wars. Like they made so. Oh, I know you. I've seen you here as well. Kind of like
I don't know. I don't think they do actually. I don't think they think that. I think I think there's been a few TV shows where maybe some of the crew have know me, or I have a reputation for. I don't know what that reputation might be, or they might say, "Oh, it's Clem," or I need to say, they might say something that I'd like to hint that, yeah, that they know me from something, but I don't know what it is that they're talking about. So. Yeah, I mean, yeah, in the crew know me because obviously I've been on a lot of productions. So, but yeah, I don't think I wouldn't think unless somebody said anything that anybody would know me. That's not. Yeah,
from my extremely small perspective, I've always found and heard that punctuality and kindness go a very long way on a set. So I can see where a crew member would remember you, taking a liking to you, and want to continue working with you because you've, in all the stories that you've said, those two little aspects of your personality, of because it could be stressful. It's long hours. It's hurry up and wait. It's all that kind of fun stuff, and I'm sure just. Again, that we're grateful that you're here, talking with us, and just, this first time I've ever really spoken with you, and you seem like a very, very, very good guy, good energy, that, and that's to me a testament of why you have such a prolific body of work, is it kind of helps that you're somebody that people would want on set because you're talented and again, as you've said, you've been the first one on set, or like you decided to scarf down lunch to get back on set because somebody said we need, you're the most important person later. And you're like, okay,
I do think of myself as as more of a veteran now. When I come on set, I do take a bit of responsibility, just because you often get quite an influx of newbies in crowd scenes, and I think it's if you've got the experience, it's good to set the example, and maybe that example might be like because it's the hours are early, you might be called in at 5 a.m. And then crew the ADs are looking to get you into costume quite quickly, and sometimes you have to be the example or set the tone for the day and say, because like they might say, right, let's have you get you in costume, and you see a lot of them they don't move. They literally don't move. It's like they almost like they don't want to be there, and so some people have to get up and say, let's go, and have that energy of let's do this.
Did you like? Sorry to interrupt. Did you like the day shoots, like you said, or the overnight shoots? Because I used to do overnights and everything.
No, I hate night shoots.
Okay, so it is I had to do enchant.
I do not want to do night shoots. They're horrid. Yeah, unless it's like, I don't know, if it's like
Disney, because Disney I had to do Enchanted, and that was a horrible night.
Listen, I don't care what show it is. It's I did a night shoot for Master of the Universe. Actually, I worked in at Wells Cathedral from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. I knew a lot of young people there, and from experience, I could tell what kind of a shoot it was going to be. And I knew there was going to be a lot of running, because it was the shoot where it just comes in with the king and the queen and the young Tila and Adam, and then Man of Arms starts shooting in the cathedral with these skull knights, and then you've got these two aisles either side, and you see people running up and down, and literally that's all the supporting artists were doing from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. We're running up and down these aisles, and you don't really even see them that much, to be honest. And I really literally thought, no.
Yeah, they had me walking across 42nd Street with my Stitch shirt, backpack, while I'm watching Amy Adams come out of the sewer, and the guy pretending to be my date pulled me, and I'm going like, but like that, and all I could do was point because they won't let you speak as an extra. So that's what I hate, because it was fun, but it was long nights. That thing went like the same way, 6 to 6.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible on the body. It's very punishing, especially as you get older.
No, I should go see He-Man. Actually, is Masters of the Universe still playing in most places?
You didn't see it?
It might be on Prime soon.
Yeah, I think it's going to be on. Is it going to be on pay-per-view or something on the 21st of July or 22nd?
Yeah, since Amazon knew they were going to make money, but they want to put on screen to see how much they can make. So it will make the money through the streaming, through the Blu-ray, Ultra 4K, DVD.
Yeah,
because we have conventions like this in California.
You kind of gave me a little bit of a kick in the pants to watch that movie, because it's like now I know somebody who was in it. That's cool.
Exactly. He was a royal advisor to King Rainbow.
I love the scene where Adam walked into the toy shop to find the sword, and they had all those Mattel toys like Big Jim. There were so many cool things in that. That was my geek moment where I was thinking, yeah, I love that. I mean, that's what I loved about Master of the Universe. It was so cool. It had so many. I just want to say I'm very happy that when it came out, I went on quite a few Master of the Universe fan pages, and the overall response from the fans was just so positive, and they were so joyful.
Great.
Because look, going back to Who and how the fan base is so divided right now. There's so many kind of like I don't know, there's so much kind of hate out there right now regarding the show, and it's so sad to see. And I hate that with Star Wars, it's the same. It's like there's this complaining elements come in where it's like you've got all the candy in the world, but you can still say no, and it's so sad to see. And now we're in this point where the show Doctor Who is kind of on pause because they really don't know what to do. They don't know whether to stick or twist because there's so much negativity out there. Whenever they post anything, even if you read, you go on the Doctor Who page and with the Fugitive Doctor you mentioned, and that and you read some of the comments and you think this is terrible. The hate just because, and it's not Jo Martin's fault. And I think she's a great character. And what she's done, I would love to see her story.
How about you as the Doctor?
Well, I'd love to see Jo Martin first. I'd love to see her story, and I definitely would love Paul McGann to have a retrospective season.
That's what I've been asking. Sorry,
I think a lot of fans
we've had this discussion.
There's so much they could do. There's so much. Yeah. I mean, like Star Trek's kind of done that. They've gone back, haven't they, with Strange New Worlds? Well, Doctor Who could go back as well, and they could do stuff. And it wouldn't necessarily mess with continuity with what they're doing right now. Yeah.
I'm so glad to hear you say that the fan reaction has been positive to the Masters of the Universe, because let me tell you, I was a big fan of She-Ra and the Princesses of Power on Netflix, and that fandom was not always positive, and I did not know how they were going to react to the Masters of the Universe movie.
I have to introduce you
so
to
it is
Princess
really,
of Power
really
too.
good for me to hear that you've seen something. I mean, especially as a person who's involved with that now. I mean, it's always good to. I mean, I think criticism is fair, but I think there is a level of toxicity you see online where it's just like. It's just completely uncalled for. I'm glad to see that you've had that positivity from that. That's just really great to hear.
See, that's different because I grew up on She-Ra, Princess of Power, and so it's different. You can see the different outlooks of how they changed it over the years. That's why when you revamp something, I'm wondering when they revamp Doctor Who. That's what I'm saying. Would you be up for being a doctor and stuff?
I'd give it a go. I'd actually rather be an assistant. I fancy being an assistant. More than
a companion. Ooh,
I would love to be that. I'd love to be a traveling companion in the TARDIS. I don't know what that would be, but I find that more interesting. It could be a character that I want to be the character that winds the Doctor up.
Or the Master. Ooh, the Master.
That sounds way more fun.
So as we pontificate where we're going to see you next, do you have anything that you want to promote? Do you have any conventions coming up or anything at all?
I have quite a lot of conventions coming up, actually. I think I have one on the 25th of July in Cardiff, actually. In Cardiff, it's called Titan Wales Con, and that's in the Cardiff Football Stadium. Who else is there? I think Terry Malloy might be there from Doctor Who. I think I saw his picture. So he might be there as another Doctor Who guest. So there are other guests that will be there. But yeah, there's that one. And then I've got a lot coming up in August. But I always post them on my Instagram page. So if you follow my Instagram, it's Clem.so. You can get all the latest information on what kind of, where I'm going to be at the weekends, basically. Or on Facebook. There you go. Follow me on Instagram, and then you get all the info and all the behind the scenes. I've just posted a picture of it from Oxygen that I found in one of my folders. So yeah, you can go and check out Instagram.
Now, Christian, where are we going to be at soon?
Well, I just want to let people know if you scan that thing, you get a free surprise. That's it.
That's news to Clem.
I know. We'll just leave. Well, I meant the surprise is for you, Clem. They get your information, but I'm going to leave it at that. That's as far as we're going. Speaking of conventions, and Clem, if you could do us a favor, right at the end of the show, if you could stay around for just a few moments. Where we're going to be next, The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS will be at Epicverse FanCon, August 21st through the 22nd. You don't need to worry about tickets. You don't need to worry about parking because it's all free. It's a 2-day event. It's a Friday and a Saturday. So please check it out now. It's going to be located August 21st to the 22nd in Northland Church. That's known as 522 Dog Track Road in Longwood, Florida. This is the first of its kind. So please make sure, if you're into Pokemon, if you're into Doctor Who, if you're into collectibles, if you're into comic books and the local artists, this is the place to be. Free admission, free parking. Please do check it out and tell them the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS sent you. Speaking of the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS being sent, here we go. Melanie, it's us.
That's where we're going to be.
Ancient City Con. Clem, have you ever been to St. Augustine?
No, I haven't. Where is that?
It
Florida.
is in Florida.
North Florida.
Oh my goodness!
North of Florida, but it is. Unless I'm mistaken, this is the oldest city in the United States, correct?
Yes.
Yes, it's the oldest city in the United States. Got ghost tours, got a beautiful fort. They've got a Pirates Museum, everything. AncientCityCon.com is where you can get your tickets. September 25th through the 27th. Get your tickets now. Don't forget to book your rooms. You can actually stay at the resort where everything's taking place. You just take the elevator down, boom, you're right there. This is taking place at the World Golf Village Renaissance Resort, St. Augustine, Florida. AncientCityCon.com. And guess what, Clem? The Daleks of Florida will be with us as well. Great. So if you want to see some Daleks, motivate.
Awesome. I love Daleks. Yeah.
All of them. All of the Daleks.
All of them.
All of them from the. Yeah. We have.
How many is all of them? How many?
I would say what now? Dave, you think 8? 10?
Yeah, 8 or so.
Now some
in
of them
Florida,
are
all the Daleks in Florida.
Some of them are props. Some of them are, but they have at least like 5 that are functional. When I mean fully functional, they'll move, they'll talk, they'll light up. It's incredible. And now, too, I know Melanie and I were over at MegaCon. You can actually, I'm hoping they bring it, talk like a Dalek. They actually have a little talk like a Dalek.
Too.
And one more convention, but that's why I'm bringing the Candyman in, because I have no idea how to mention this, but go for it. It's the Candyman.
It's a Candyman. So one of our old presenters, Jessamine, has decided with her to set up her own convention. Basically, it's a one-day event. Trying to think whereabouts it is.
Telford,
somewhere near Telford, I think.
Yeah.
And literally, you get to meet these and greet these people. You should see them there as a prize. Tickets are there, and it's at Power World Defence. So I think it's in a house, like an old stately house manor. So it's going to be nice and quiet. And it's a limited. The only problem is a limited amount of people can go to it. I think because they're just doing it. This is their first one trying to do it. So if I get any more information from Jessamine or from a fiance Matt, I'll let you guys know and take it from there. But that's what's happening. I think in November time. I think 15th of November.
I think so. I'm looking for the dates.
November.
Yeah. You see that right?
Sunday,
it's like little tiny text.
Yeah,
Sunday.
Okay, Sunday the 15th of November.
Tell Jessamine to send you a banner for
11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the 100 House, Norton, Telford, Stratford. Is that anywhere near you, Clem?
No, I live in Devon, so it's absolutely miles away from me. But
yeah,
I've been very fortunate to meet all those guys on that guest list at various conventions. Recently, Michael Charlton, he's such a lovely bloke. Yeah, he's lovely. Yeah, and Joe as well, Joe.
Yeah, Kate Manning's just lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a bundle of fun and energy, isn't she?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I told her she's the only reason why I stay on X right now. She's a gorgeous woman. Melanie, anything else before we wrap it up?
That's it.
I know Mark wanted to show off this picture, so I managed to load it up here. So
there we go.
You look a bit like Colin Baker a bit in that photo.
Yeah, so that was so that's Kerry. I'm with Kerry, who organises the invention. You can see me.
Kerry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I was dressed up as
Ah.
last year's invasion.
Oh, how cool! Do you live near Colchester then?
I live in Colchester.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So when you come down in September, I'll say hello to you again.
Oh, definitely. And what will you be dressed as, Mark?
Probably the same thing. It's either that or unit. That's only 2 cosplays I do.
Well, if we okay, if you dress as up as a Time Lord, I won't be to miss you, will I? Because you're bright red.
Well, Clem, thank you so much for being on the show. Melanie, if you want to wrap it up and get us out and say goodnight to Simon. Clem, just to let you know, Simon Fisher-Becker, who played Dorian Moldovar, he was one of our panelists. He was a good friend, a fantastic brother. He actually got to interview the guests because he had a perspective that we didn't. He was actually on the show, so he would actually interview guests over here. And unfortunately, he passed away just last year. So we actually, before we leave, we say goodnight to Simon, and then Tony take us out. So Melanie, you've done a great job tonight. Thank you so much for covering for me while my computer was still trying to figure it out. So big applause for Melanie. Big applause.
And everybody here. Can't do
And
it.
everybody here.
We're professional, remember?
No.
But
No. Don't tell Clem, okay?
It's been 2 months. I'm sorry. I
All
got
right. Good night, Simon. Tony, take us out. Night, Simon.
Night, Simon.
Simon.
Good night.